I hustled like no one hustled to make millions of dollars, but I was exhausted. My relationships weren't great. I didn't have perfect peace. It all changed when I made God my CEO and decided everything I was going to do is for his glory. He birthed this entire for his glory CEO out of that desperation to say, God, I've gotten it wrong. Father, I've gotten all the success. I've hit all the milestones, but the peace isn't there. I'm trying to please everyone and it's going nowhere. In the world's eyes, it looked really great. But in my own heart, I was missing the point until I surrendered everything to him. Welcome to For His Glory CEO, the podcast for high-achieving women like you who have built the business, hit the milestone, checked all the boxes, yet deep down something still feels off. The success is there, but you know God has so much more. I'm your host, Allie. If you're hungry for results rooted in the Word, this is for you. Let's get this party started. If you are a people pleaser, say I. For real. Do you know that's the number one thing that's going to keep you from scaling your business? I promise you, people are going to talk bad about you no matter what. It's just the nature of people. But when you have an audience of one and you truly make God your CEO, you can become unstoppable. See, I super struggled with the people pleasing. I was like people pleaser extraordinaire. Always trying to please people. And what happened was burn out. Capital B, burnout. Anyone experiencing that? Anyone currently in a massive burnout state of their business? Friends, you can't please everyone. You will never, ever make everyone happy, but you can please the audience of one. When you decide that you are going to have a relationship, not religion, but a relationship with the author and finisher of your faith, of your life, the creator of you, everything changes. So this all sounds good. I don't want to people please people anymore. I don't want to be burned out. But like, how can I even do this? You know, that last episode when we started talking about reading the Bible? Having a relationship means you actually get to know the person. Imagine if you never talked to your husband. I'm not sure that relationship would go real strong for a long time. Absolutely not. When you have a relationship with God and you truly make him CEO and you know his word and you know who he is and you know his characteristics, most importantly, you know his promises for you and his promises are yes and amen, the world grows dim. You no longer take a microphone and get so nervous about everyone in the crowd because you say, God, this is all for you and for your glory. God, this sales email, Father, this offer, this program, the way I'm dressing, the way I'm getting prepared for myself, Father, it's all for your glory. I only want to please you. I only have an audience of one. That's when you truly begin to scale with perfect peace, with great clarity, divine direction. Isn't that what you really want? I promise you. Making God your CEO, showing up on purpose for an audience of one will allow you to 10x what you've been trying to do, but you got to surrender everything. There's always a if, then, go to, right? There's always things that you have to contend for, right? There's always conditions in the Bible. That's the better word for it. There's always conditions. If this, then that. One of the conditions I was just reading about the other day in Jeremiah 17, which I love how God always, in his word, he always confirms things. Like he always reiterates it, right? You're going to find it throughout the Bible. But he says, cursed is the man that trusts in the arm of flesh. Blessed are those that only trust in God. Cursed is the man, the woman, that tries to do everything in her own strength, that tries to build her own business, that tries to do everything apart from him, that tries to please everyone, that tries to go after the next flashy object, tries to learn the logarithm, tries to do this, that, the other thing. That's exhausting. I'm exhausted just saying all that stuff. But that was me. I did that. I hustled like no one hustled to make millions of dollars, but I was exhausted. My relationships weren't great. I didn't have perfect peace. It all changed when I made God my CEO and decided everything I was going to do is for his glory. He birthed this entire For His Glory CEO out of that desperation to say, God, I've gotten it wrong. Father, I've gotten all the success. I've hit all the milestones, but the peace isn't there. I'm trying to please everyone and it's going nowhere. In the world's eyes, it looked really great. But in my own heart, I was missing the point until I surrendered everything to Him. So I want to encourage you today, stop people pleasing. You ain't going to please everyone. Everything you say will and can be used against you. My father-in-law, our amazing pastor, taught me that. And the truth is, people are always going to talk anyway. And maybe you meant for good, but sometimes people take and spin everything you said, stir in the pot, right? Leave that to the world. Get hooked up in perfect peace in knowing that you only have to please your Father. All we want to hear at the end of the day, at the end of our life, is well done, good and faithful servant. And that happens when we truly serve the audience of one. You have been tuning in to For His Glory CEO, where unshakable faith meets bold business strategy to equip you for your next level. If this blessed you, can you please subscribe, leave a review, and share it with another powerhouse woman? And thank you for being one of my very first listeners. It means the world to me. And I would like to invite you to our podcast launch party, May 7th, 5 p.m. Pacific, our very own webinar where I get to meet you and share this exciting season of goodness in God and growing His kingdom together while we grow our businesses. Check out the show notes, RSVP there, and I can't wait to see you. Until next time.